We will talk about Bellator at some point after it completes, but we're going to give quick predictions of Bellator 226, Bader versus Congo. We will go through the opening round featherweight Grand Prix fights. Sam Cecilia, Pedro Carvalho. I'm going with Carvalho here. Who do you got, Joe?
Carvalho, yeah.
A supremely interesting fight to me. The 5-0 Taiwan Claxton against the 18-4 Emmanuel Sanchez. Both men looking to break through, but both men at different points of their careers. If Claxton wins this, I'm going to have a hard time doubting him in the future because Emmanuel Sanchez is very good, but I got to go with Sanchez based on the experience factor, Joe. How about you?
I'm going to go with Claxton. I think Claxton pulls this off. Yeah.
Pat Curran, 23-8 against Adam Borix, 9-0. I think Borix gets it done. Pat Curran has had some consistency issues in the past, but is a former Bellator champion. I mean, it seemed for a while he was one of those guys that was on the carousel. He just turned 32. He's won 3 of his last 4, but has not fought more than once a year in a while. How do you think this one goes?
It goes back to our MMA mileage question, right? Pat Curran has taken a lot over the years. Borix is probably a guy that's going to do whatever he can and use that factor there and just do what he can to tag Curran and take advantage of that chin because, there was a time when Pat Curran, his chin was fantastic, but there's only so much the body can do, right, and so much they can take. So, but on the flip side, my gut is telling me Pat Curran just from experience. So it's tough to say. You know what? I'll just go with Curran on this one.
Up next, we have Daniel Strauss, former champion, against Derek Campos. I got to go with Strauss here. I think that he is just a higher level. He's 25-8. Campos is 19-9. I'm looking for Strauss up next. And what I don't want, however, is for this to lead to another Strauss-Curran fight afterwards. Bellator loves that stuff, Joe. But I got Strauss winning here.
Trilogy bout on the horizon. I've got Strauss as well.
Then the main event, it's a pretty good main event. It might not be on paper because, let's be honest, it's a Czech-Congo fight, and Ryan Bader has had this history as well. But quite frankly, Joe, Czech-Congo has never been better, ever. The man is 44 years old, and in succession, he has beaten Alexander Volkov, among other people, Tony Johnson, Javi Ayala, Timothy Johnson, Vitaly Minikov. He's on an 8-fight winning streak, Joe. That's the most of his career. He had never had beyond a 4-fight winning streak, ever. And he's taken on Ryan Bader, who is just special these days. Ryan Bader has that outstanding wrestling. He's not afraid to use his hands these days. And what we're seeing out of Ryan Bader is him going to Bellator, and now he's finished 3 of his last 4 opponents. He's beaten Fedor, Matt Mitrione, King Mo, Linton Vassell, Phil Davis. Oh, and by the way, in his UFC run, Little Nog, Ilir Latifi, Rashad Evans, Phil Davis, OSP, Fei Zhao, Rampage Jackson, Vladimir Matyashenko, Keith Jardine. He has beaten several generations of fighters, even though that it seems like the fighters that he's beating are stuck in the last generation, except for Phil Davis. I'm interested in your take on this fight.
Ryan Bader's so overrated.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I said he's defeated. He's amazing. But I was just thinking to myself, how surprised would I be when I'm sitting on my couch watching this, and all of a sudden I see a text or a tweet, from Sean Ross Sapp, and it says, "Holy shit, Czech Congo was the Bellator heavyweight champ." Right?
Could you imagine?
That kind of stuff wouldn't surprise me, but I'd be kind of like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's what just happened here."
Wolf Slayer, never die.
Right? There you go. I think Bader wins this fight.
I do think it'd be funny. Who was it? Remember Wolf Slayer? It was like him and Rampage and Bisping.
Yeah, back in the day.
All 3 of them as world champions eventually.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I would find that hilarious because you would expect if any of those people were going to be champions, Bisping would have been years before he was, and Congo would have been years before he was. Oh man, we'll have results.
Hits like a truck, though, man. Hits like a truck. So Bader cannot afford. It's a different division. As crazy as it sounds, 205 and 205 and up, there's different power being generated, man. So Bader's got to be very careful. Got to use that speed. Has to be smart and just don't underestimate Congo. I don't think he is. Just don't do it. because Congo will shut you off, shut you down, turn your lights off real quick.
Well, hopefully you guys generate some thumbs up and subscribe. This is also available on our MMA channel, youtube.com/FightfulMMA Boxing. We post clips, interviews, news videos, and lots more. Follow Joe at Joe A. Ferraro. Follow me at Sean Ross Sapp. Until next time, guys, we're out.